I have 1 bar, 2 bars.
Oh, well, three bars.
And then 0.
Oh.
Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I checked the hurricane preparedness website earlier. Just said get all your flashlights, get all the water you can, lock yourself in a windowless enclosed room, and wait out the storm. So we've got everything we need. We just have to buckle down and bear with it. And the next 12 hours are going to be a little tough, but we'll be fine, okay?
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Excuse me?
Oh, girl, you do not know what you have started.
Oh, yeah?
Oh. I could go all night, girl.
Well, hello there. What's your name? Who invited you to my party? Dressed up like that. It's time to go. You better get out of my house. You gotta go. You gotta go. Only the party people. You gotta go. I don't think you heard me. Get out of my house.
Mark.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Hi. We had to leave the city for a few days, so this will probably be coming to you late.
Late.
But don't blame us.
Blame Irene.
Blame Money.
Hurricane Money.
Hurricane Money. I've already heard from some readers and viewers. Ito, hello. I'm sorry you lost your lawn chair. We didn't find it for you.
No, it didn't count.
But anyone who was in the path, we really hope you're all okay and safe. We'd lost a tree and we had water in our kitchen, but the bar was safe.
The liquor's still here, so girlfriend.
Liquor? I don't even know her. Those witches are hot messes.
Well, at least they got their little beddings.
They really tricked out those yoga mats.
They did.
I love, okay, there's the one witch who was the one after Tara burned her hand on the doorknob. She's like, I'll go try the front door. Ah! She was in the movie Fearless, and she was the stewardess who Rosie Perez has this moment with. I've loved her ever since that movie because I love that movie. I think she's kind of the witch's ginger.
Ginger.
Every establishment in Bontom needs, or Shreveport needs a ginger to just kind of scream and fall apart at any.
Because Arlene is Merlotte's ginger.
She's totally Merlotte's ginger.
Because let's call it like it is, okay?
But we start off in the middle of the melee, which at the end of last episode looked like a cheap mess to me. But when they picked it up, it was really awesome. Like
yeah, it was like a real devastation scene on the spot. Like,
and the fights were cool. In the middle of it, Suki does like a double barrel. Enough! And she breaks the spell.
Girl, why didn't you do that earlier?
I know, right?
A lot of people, a lot of trouble, okay? I'd go experimenting with that.
I think it would be really great for like reheating
turkey.
Reheating leftovers.
Leftover
turkey.
pizza. Maybe you can get it crispy instead of rubbery, like the way microwave pizza doesn't really get.
Like maybe a nice good French bread pizza.
Oh! Although we found out that Antonia was a healer from her village. And that's why she was devastated seeing a small child crying over her dead mother. She's like, shit. Oh, yes. Oh,
you're not going already? Oh, but I have some Lorna Doones. I just put on a kettle. Why don't you sit down?
I didn't sign up for this. Nope. Oh, yes.
Okay, so Marnie is a fucking maniac.
Yeah, find out that she is really mean. Oh!
Yeah, we thought Marnie was like an innocent victim, as did Jesus and the gang.
Laffy
they thought,
and everyone else.
But they're onto it because Jesus actually got to do something other than like wear scrubs and whine about his grandfather. There was a whole scene between him and Marnie Antonia that was great because he really doesn't ever get to do anything. So I really liked seeing him get to act. They're really kind of making it out that Antonia isn't a bad person. She's actually not the problem. Marnie really is the problem.
Marnie, after all.
And he's onto it. And lets Suki know outside with it. So they actually were very smart in the way that they handled this whole thing. But the worst witches continue, pretty much, because they kind of botched their own escape, and they ended up getting
zapped away.
Yeah, where did they go?
I don't know.
Paramus?
Anyway, they're on the other side of the fence now, and Jason gets left on the outside.
Speaking of Jason, so he had instant, buyer's remorse after
it didn't
his
even,
tailgate party.
There wasn't even like, oh, no soft cuddling. It was just like immediately over, and he's like, oh!
Wham, bam, glamour me, please, ma'am. First he pisses off Jessica, and she's like, I'm gonna go find somebody to eat after this.
I know where there's some tater tots.
Poor Hoyt. Jim Perrick, another amazing performance from him. Because when he started crying, and that was it's just so sad. Hoyt is still Hoytin'. And speaking of Hoytin', Tommy, you hated Tommy.
I did.
So much.
So much.
Flames. You actually wanted him to die.
Yay! What?
I'm kind of glad his character is gone.
But is he?
But is he? I mean, A, we don't know that he's actually dead. Did that last scene not actually get you at all? Didn't you feel bad for him? In the least?
I felt a tiny bit bad. But you know why? Because Sam was crying. And that made me sad, and I cried.
I gotta say, I've been complaining about Tommy since day one. I really actually felt bad. I teared up a little bit during that scene. He had a terrible, terrible life, and I did really feel for him. He was an idiot and a bitch, but it was pretty horrible.
Maybe he's coming back. Maybe he'll have a change of heart and come back as like a holy dog. I don't know. All dogs go to heaven.
All dogs go to heaven, Tommy. Oh, can we talk about Nan Flanagan? Banana Flanagan, your shenanigans are out of control.
And you get a true death, and you get a true death, and you get a true death.
Once I get out of these chains, you're all going to get the true death. I'm true deathing everybody. In that pink Chanel suit, covered in blood, cussing like a sailor.
You would be so dead if I wasn't in the chains and blah, blah, blah.
I'm trained as the first responder. Like, she's so full of shit. I love
Image,
her.
Bill. Image.
Bill stood up to
Oh my God.
Banana Flan again.
Bill's got balls, ladies and gentlemen.
Suki, who, like, he professes to love and says, oh, but Tara's in there, who he knows he owes a debt of gratitude to.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, well, sorry.
That is war.
This is war, Peacock! And then Suki, who had just told Eric that she loves him, and he said he loves her, and she said, but I also...
I gave myself to you.
And I also love Bill, though. I love you both. She's like, Bill, I just told Eric that I love you. And he's like, oh, I'm killing your best friend. She's like, oh.
Yeah,
I have to go.
Whatever.
But Eric was kind of like, cool, just like in the corner.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there you go. There you are. So, yeah, that's what it's like. Okay.
Call surprise, Bill.
Anyway, Pam's back.
Pam looked good.
I know. Hello. Everybody looked like crap this episode. Everybody. There was like bad hair, bad clothes, and then Pam was amazing.
And then Pam was like, she looked soft and pretty.
Her hair was all good.
And she looked really hurt that Eric hadn't called her right away.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for her.
Can we just talk about the whole Terry and Andy? How adorable was that? It was like...
I want them to have their own show.
It was like a reality TV, like, tough love.
It was like Intervention with a treehouse. Terry, he used the tough love on Andy, and it worked, it seemed to.
But then he left him to walk.
Well, that's tough. That's the tough part of the tough love.
Swear to God, I thought he was going to, like, either grab that gun and
kill himself.
Yeah.
He had this moment where we learn a little more about him and why he is the way he is. He was abandoned basically by his parents. Like his dad died and his mother like ran off with a race car driver from the north.
Hey, that sounds like fun.
See ya, Sonny.
No.
So wait, where's Portia? That's my question. Last we saw of her, Bill was like, "Oh, thanks for the hot lay. I'm your great-great-great-great-grandfather." And she's like, "What?" They're in the break room with Mab and Hadley and Barry and all the other characters who have kind of vanished. Okay, what was Lafayette wearing at his house?
What was he wearing this whole episode? Like, at least he got the hair under control. Like, that was kind of cute. There was a little feather token. It was a little, like, peaches, but it was...
And then Lafayette said, I feel some bad juju. I'm like, yeah, it came out of your wardrobe, girl.
That's just those granny panties bunching up in the back, okay?
That's them pajama jeans talking.
Yeah.
Okay, Debbie, alright. She's like a freshman girl at a frat party.
She's
And
like, oh my god.
oh my god, oh, you want to have kids too? And like they're like smoking a joint together, and she's like looking, gazing deeply into his forehead. Could we just stand Marcus and Elsie next to each other?
Dumb. There's no competition.
Debbie. And come on, she was gonna marry Coot. She's obviously got horrible taste in men.
Excuse me, Cute was hot.
But he was trash.
He was trash, but he was hot.
I have no idea where they're going with this right
I mean,
now. She
that's
shouldn't
what it
even be
seems
alive
like.
at this point.
She's sticking around for next season, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's not in any immediate harm.
Wow.
Although
that could change.
Sam's out for vengeance.
Who would get your witch slap this week, Andrew?
Antonia, I want to slap you back out of Marnie again. Because, you know what? You were a healer of your village. You should value human life. You saw what your actions to date what effects they've had. Devastating, horrible. You ended up killing a couple of vampires, and that was it.
Well, and she even clearly understood that Marnie is a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, and you're a spirit. You should be above all of this. Go be in a better place.
Go join Tommy and Mavis. You guys can all go hang out.
Yeah, hello.
You can
have a big party.
You can go hang out in the break room. My witch slap, I think, would be collectively all of the other witches. That Roy guy, the girl who opened the front door, and then didn't they try to open the door again? And then there's that young couple who are just constantly trying to check text messages.
Can't you just send a Harry Potter-gram to somebody?
Send an owl or something.
I mean, really?
When you have Holly and Tara are the brain power,
you got problems.
I would witch slap the worst witches.
They need a little tough love too.
Mm-hmm.
Tough it out.
Terry Belfleur, your services are needed at the Moon Goddess Emporium.
If Terry got teleported into that room, everybody
he would shake all that shit up. He would be like, you climb a rope, you dig a trench.
I'm not having it.
You shoot a paint can, and then y'all walk yourselves home. That's how Terry do it. He's like Nanny 911. Terry 911. We need a show called Terry 911.
Stop!
Where Terry just comes in and fixes everybody's
Hello,
problems.
Terry? Need you now. Hello.
Bring a dustpan. We're going to write down the character with whom we would most like to do bad things this episode. Go.
Terry! What'd you get?
Jesus.
Oh.
It's a Latin thing.
Jesus is cute.
Terry
was adorable. Oh
He
my
was.
god, you were you love armadillos. You love sticking up for what's right and protecting your kids.
Jerking off.
What?
What? Well,
anyway,
I think Terry and Jesus both did very smart and honorable things this week, and that's clearly what we're really attracted to.
It's true. I love how they when they're lying down in chains, they have to lift up their shirts a little bit,
belly button.
and they have to show the little belly button with silver over it. It's kind of hot.
I did notice Bill's free tummy. Let me say one thing. When they say the TVMA, language, violence, brief nudity, adult content, that is the most beautiful thing in the world to me. Every week, I was like, I'm home. But why did they say brief nudity this week?
Belly button nudity.
Belly button nudity? This week's Witch Bucket comes from Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Leslie. How do you choose which scene from the episode to turn into your vlog vignette? Well, first of all, I'm more of a blue cheese man myself, and he likes ranch. But we're fine with a vignette. We shoot the show immediately after True Blood airs, which is why half the time we don't really make any sense, because we haven't had any time to process.
It's all reaction.
We don't even really discuss it with each other, except for the opening skit, which we shoot Monday night, because we have day jobs. Basically, what we try to do is pick a moment from the show that's memorable, obviously, that people will recognize.
Yep.
But my ultimate goal is to always have two references in the skit that are kind of smashed together. Like, for example, the one a couple episodes ago where Andy was doing the facial in the bathtub, that was a reference to Pam getting the scrub. But then Andy also was smoking from the head at the end of that, which was a reference to the vampires smoking because they were chained up. We try to do more than one kind of gag and make them both work at the same time. But also we're extremely limited by our resources. So
Budget.
we blew all of our budget on that smoke and a couple wigs.
Oh.
And also we filmed the whole thing in our apartment, so we have to make it work in some kind of domestic setting. And so it's always a bit of a joke about our relationship as well, and about our home and our cats and our life. So, and we've done some weird ones over the years, but I hope they're entertaining. We have fun doing them. But we do really come up with them out of nowhere. So if sometimes they don't work, sometimes they do. So Leslie, thank you so much for the question. You'll be in the drawing at the end of the season, which is only 2 episodes away. So leave your questions for the Witch Bucket in the comments of this blog post or the YouTube post, or tweet them to @CampBloodBuzz or @AndySwist. So, Andy, what would you rate this episode?
I think this episode's an 8. It was very entertaining. I'm so glad the Tommy drama is over, at least for now. Even though it was sad, that nobody deserves that. The Scooby team and Sookie and the vampires, they're all like together. Like they sort of set it up so we're like, okay, I know what's going on. I feel excited about it. What's gonna happen?
I might give it a 9.
What?
There was action, there was humor, some of it was really funny. There were some really good touching moments, like the Hoyt scene was really sad to me. The Tommy scene was really sad, and his death was really unpleasant. The Antonia and Marnie scene was pretty awesome. Fiona Shaw is still totally amazing. But the Ware stuff, I'm not terribly interested in. But I don't know that I need to be right now. I like that Eric is back. And now he's going to be a little bit of good Eric and a little bit of bad Eric, which is, I think, what we needed. I thought the last shot, like them getting out in like the black leather with the rocket launcher, was probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, it was fun in a very cheesy, unrealistic way.
Yeah, it was stupid in a fun way. Yeah. So I can enjoy it for the camp value. So between the two of us, that's an 8.5, which is pretty much our standard. for the season, which is a good sign. And we'll see what they do with the last 2 episodes, which I think are going to happen on Halloween. I'm so excited. It's been a crazy-ass weekend. So, again, we hope everyone is safe and all right. Irene, you are a bitch.
Get out of my house.
But we'll be back.
We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week. So have a good one.
All right, bye.
Wark.